Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you might be tuning in from. So, this is Gia, my Spirit Animal Oracle series, and today, Flamingo Spirit, if we recall, on Saturday, um, January 24th, 2026, Flamingo Spirit was the next Spirit Animal Oracle. And Flamingo Spirit, um, when I was asking Flamingo how long uh, they wanted to be invited to spend time with us, I got a very curious answer to that I didn't expect, but I am honoring it. So Flamingo wanted to spend a couple of days with us and then wanted me to pull another card today that Flamingo wants to work with for today and tomorrow. So here I am doing that, and I realized that I was distracted doing other things. Usually I pull these spirit animal oracle cards in the morning, but I am trusting divine timing, and I am trusting that this is exactly the right time that this needed to be done today. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, the spirit animal that wants to work with Flamingo for the remainder of today and for tomorrow is Buffalo Spirit. So, this is Buffalo Spirit making another appearance. And Buffalo Spirit is reminding us that the abundant universe will provide. The abundant universe will provide. So, just tuning into the message coming through relative to these two wonderful creatures, animals working together, is that when we okay, so Flamingo Spirit is embracing the in between, and the messages coming through with Flamingo is about, moving from one human experience to the next human experience, and Flamingo wanting to remind us to try not to get so hyper focused on the next event, the next thing, the next goal that we want to accomplish, because then a lot of our energy gets displaced into that future moment, and we're not able to be fully present in the now moment. So, Buffalo Spirit, first impression, biggest impression coming through, the abundant universe will provide. So, let's think about sometimes what are those goals that we tend to set for ourselves, right? I want to accomplish this task so that I can um, earn more money, or I want to accomplish this task to achieve this particular thing, to acquire this particular thing. Sometimes those goals that we set tend to be um, about things that we want to have in our lives that provide that sense of security. And a lot of times, what we're nurtured into in this culture, at least I am in America, is that notion of like, we need financial abundance in order to be comfortable, happy, whatever it is. We need to have, um, a roof over our heads, food to eat. Um, so it's around those survival things, right? So we often tend to focus our goals and intentions around those things, and when we do that, I think that's what tends to guide us down that path of being super hyper focused in, and potentially a little bit narrow focus on how we get there relative to, those goals. I want to make sure that I do this right and in this particular way in order to earn this amount of money so I can get this thing. And so Buffalo Spirit is coming along to support this message from Flamingo that perhaps when we think about settling into the now moment, into that in between, perhaps what comes up is that notion that, like, if I'm not thinking enough about, or if I'm not planning in the right way about my future goal, or um, my intention, then I might not get it. I might not have it. I might not be able to accomplish it. So, Buffalo Spirit wants us to remember that the universe is abundant simply as existing as it is. Abundance is our natural inheritance, um, and all possibilities exist in the infinite universe. So, if we are able to remember that truth, if we're able to remember that truth, then we are able to be in that present moment now, knowing that the abundant universe will provide, living from that presumed state of abundance, that knowing that, of course, I'm going to be able to accomplish this intention. Of course, this goal is achieved by me. There's no questioning, right? There's no questioning when we trust in the abundant universe. So again, there's things that get, stirred up with that. I know for me, I do get challenged by questioning that truth, and um, so I get that it's more than a notion to settle into that, to trusting that knowing. Um, However, when I am able to do that, when I am able to really be grounded in that belief and in that knowing that absolutely this universe is abundant, and it will provide, and I do have access to that. Um, Typically, what will start to happen is my mindset, my frame of mind will shift into living from that perspective of almost like I've already, I'm already experiencing the abundance. And so it's almost like there's nothing I need to strive for to achieve, because I'm already living in that state of being, that feeling, that knowing of abundance that is mine. And then the things around me in my life start to fall into place to meet that, to meet me where I'm at. So it's like, just that little shift in your mindset does actually shift and adjust your vibrational frequency to attract the abundance. So it's like attracting like. And so there is truth to that. There is that concept of, like attracting like is real, is true. I have experienced it in my own ways. So just that shift of belief, that shift of mindset, that settling into that present moment now moment of believing and trusting and knowing that the abundant universe will provide. The universe, by definition, is abundant, and by shifting our frequency to match and meet that presumed abundance, then we are attracting to us what is aligned for our abundance. And again, keeping in mind that um, when we are in our still points and in our present moment now, when we are aligned with our true path and purpose, we will be able to discern um, the the things that the types of abundance that are in alignment. So I say that relative to part of the messages that have come through around abundance for these spirit cards is relative to aligned abundance versus excessive abundance, abundance that is um, inspired by lack and fear of having is different from aligned abundance in these messages. So when we are seeking abundance because we are in a fear state of, not having, and we're just wanting to acquire and acquire and acquire and have abundance in that way out of inspired by fear, or motivated rather by fear of not having, that is not aligned abundance. Aligned abundance is abundance that is meeting us where we're at when we have shifted our vibrational frequency, have shifted our um, nurtured concepts, have let go of our nurtured concepts of what abundance is, and just coming from that knowing that we are a part of this abundant universe simply by existing. And when we let go of those lower vibrational frequency notions of lack, of having to strive for something, and when we're able to shift that vibrational frequency into that presumed state of abundance, like, of course, this is an intention that I am achieving. Of course, this is a goal that I am reaching. When we are um, moving through our human experiences with those beliefs, with those knowings, with those heart-centered intentions, then that abundant frequency will reach us. And what is aligned to be a part of our abundant life as these superbly beautiful, brilliant beings having these human experiences, those things will come meet us where we're at. So, yeah, so Buffalo, Spirit wants us to not be afraid of letting go of being so connected, so invested in the outcome of our goal, our intention, of the in between, when we are moving from one one experience to the next in our human lives here. Buffalo Spirit is supporting Flamingo's message of embracing the in between, and in the in between, the abundant universe will provide. So we need not worry, we just need to meet the frequency of abundance within ourselves, and then the universe will meet us where we are at. All right. So Flamingo wants us to invite Buffalo Spirit to work alongside Flamingo for today, the remainder of today, and through tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll move into the next Spirit Animal Oracle. But as always, please do tune in to your own inner wisdom, your own expanded consciousness, wisdom, your own intuition, your own gut feelings, and trust what those things are telling you relative to how much time is aligned for you to be spending with these beautiful spirit animals. All right, until next time.